It is 18 after 8. Now, environmentalists say local orca whales are being threatened by the U.S. Navy. They blame the Navy's use of active sonar. Here's Q13's John Yeager to explain.
The Center for Whale Research says it happened 10 a.m. Monday morning in the waters off San Juan Island. That's when Ken Balcom began videotaping.
The whole thing was like, how could they do this?
Ken Balcom says what you see here are orca whales clinging to the shore instead of spreading out and feeding as they normally do. He blames a U.S. Navy destroyer using an intense type of sonar meant for detecting enemy subs. He recorded the sound. That's what you're hearing now.
We had porpoises that were streaking out of the area, a minke whale just going for miles as fast as it could trying to get out. Everything was leaving the area, except J-Pod. They seemed to be just hugging the shore, and then when the ship came closest to them, it was like they didn't know how to get out of that sound field. They couldn't get out of it.
He says the sonar came from the destroyer USS Shoup, which is based in Everett with the USS Abraham Lincoln, though he says it had nothing to do with the Lincoln's arrival Tuesday.
This was practice. And that's what we told them years ago, was that you can't kill whales for practice.
In fact, environmental groups have sued the Navy to stop sonar use that they say killed whales, like 7 that washed up in the Bahamas in 2000. One Navy source tells Q13 sound in the water is a huge issue for the Navy, but the official response to this incident, the Navy says we're looking into it. The Navy also tells Q13 there's no law against the use of active sonar in the San Juans.
I don't think we need to be questioning whether or not they have an impact. The question is, what can they do to bring to the table to mitigate their impact and to help elevate our understanding of the marine environment?
And experts say anything that affects a whale's hearing hurts its ability to hunt. Orca numbers locally are down 20% since 1995. John Yeager, Q13 News.
John, thank you. Joining us now to talk more about this is Fred Falleman from the Orca Conservancy. Fred, first of all, since the Navy sort of responded, what would you like them to do? Let me ask you that at this point.
Well, the whole principle behind Homeland Security these days is to push our borders offshore. So there really is no reason for them to be conducting these sort of high-intensity sounds in the inshore waters where the formations of the straits act as echo chambers on the marine life.
So do you think once the Navy actually understands what's going on here and understands that it can work with you on this, that will be the result?
Well, I would hope that, certainly since this was just practice, that there's no reason to practice like this inshore. But I would think that they can do far more and actually contribute to our understanding of whales and other marine life, offshore, inshore, all around, because the Navy has the best toys in the planet to do that.
Sure.
And we have the University of Hawaii, University of Scripps University, Woods Hole University have great relationships with the Navy. University of Washington, Friday Harbor Labs, we have a great potential to develop a strong marine ecosystem study, and the Navy could be an essential part of that. They could also be a part of the conservation movement. They have the best tugboats on the planet.
Sure.
We could station those out at Nia Bay. But we could do all sorts of things with the Navy. They just have to be told, rather than being exempted from the environmental laws like they're trying to do,
yeah,
our Congress folks need to tell them they need to be part of the solution.
Sure, that makes sense. You can all work together in this in a positive way. Well, Fred, good luck with that ongoing conversation with the U.S. Navy. Thanks for joining us, Fred Falleman, Orca Conservancy. Let's go to Walter Kelly.